Hi there, I'm Aci, and this is Subnautica, but everything is random. Yup, I commissioned a mod that makes all drops in Subnautica completely random, with a tiny exception, but we'll get to that. This mod is actually super fun, and it is a completely unique experience every time you play, because you have no idea what you're up against. You might just have peepers drop iron cubes, or if you're unlucky, you're not even gonna get any titanium. If you want to play this mod for yourselves, there's a link in the description to Nexus mods where it should be up by the time this video goes live. I just realized that in the beginning of the video I had my mic way too far away from my mouth, but I fixed that halfway through, so I'm sorry if the audio sounds a little bit weird at the start. Now in-game, you will first of course pick up the fire extinguisher, which is not randomized, thank god, because most likely otherwise you would die. But the first thing you'll notice is that the storage container has a survival knife now. We decided to add this because obviously it might be very hard to get titanium, so this way you at least have more ways to get random items, because yeah, now you can slice plants. Not only are drops random, but everything you craft will be random too. So the way this game could go is, you go out and pick up a peeper. That gives you metal salvage. You then use that to craft titanium, but you actually get an iron cube. Now as you can see, this can get very chaotic and you need to remember a lot of recipes on your own, but I think that makes it even more fun for experienced Subnautica players. I've had so much fun messing around with this mod, so I'll be live streaming this on my Twitch right when this video goes live, so come hang out. So, if we go out here and pick up an acid mushroom, we will get an ampeel egg. Okay, that is not that useful. I haven't ever gotten an alien aquarium so far, but if you hatch these, you might be able to get random stuff from the baby creatures as well. Now, table coral results in marble melon seeds. Okay, that is somewhat useful. I don't know what you'll get from marble melons, but maybe it's something important. Now remember, you can also slice acid mushrooms to get something else. In this case, and if we slice the writhing weed, we get a first aid kit. That is actually extremely useful, because it's probably going to be very hard to actually get first aid kits. And we're getting gold from Garyfish. This looks like a very good roll, actually. Something you'll realize later on is that you get a ton of seeds, so getting actual resources is actually a huge W. Now I'm trying to get a peeper, but apparently we don't get that, so let's see what creepvine seed clusters drop. High capacity O2 tank, I'll definitely take that, and rubies by slicing the creepvines. I don't think I've ever gotten this great of a start with an O2 tank already, the high capacity as well, and rubies in the kelp forest, and Garyfish that are just gold. Now, we only need titanium and copper, and we're good to go. Let's see what we get out of a limestone. Creepvine seed clusters. I mean, sure, I'll take it. Those are pretty important as well. Now, something you might not know is that you can pick up these things that gasopods drop, and here, in this case, we get gel sacks. Alright. Something I only just realized, I don't actually know how important anything is, because crafting recipes are randomized too. And we just got a boomerang from a bladderfish. Alright. Getting water might be a little hard. But talking about water and food, food is the only thing we didn't randomize. If you cook a boomerang, you will get a cooked boomerang, and the same thing for cured fish, because there's just way too many cured and cooked fish, and you would just constantly get those drops instead of anything actually useful. So we decided to not randomize those. And I'm getting hoverfish from quartz, sure. Now, if we are unlucky, or if you are unlucky, you might actually have to go to the lava zone and pick up kyanite to get something like titanium. But you can of course also get kyanite from coral tubes, for example, so it's completely random. I keep getting creature eggs, which is not very helpful. We have decided to implement an easy mode in the options though, so if you turn this on, you can repeatedly drop and pick up stuff to keep randomizing it, which is very helpful to help against soft blocking yourself. But of course, it also is way easier to get the thing you need. So you could just keep cycling through until you get whatever you need, for example, a rebreather for me. But I prefer to, of course, play it with easy mode off, because that just makes it way more interesting. And you need to really get used to picking up basically everything, because anything could be important. So something you'll realize is that slicing random plants is going to be very helpful, and might give you something very important, like, okay, in this case a camera drone isn't that important, but you get my point. And of course, since crafting recipes are randomized, we decided to also randomize blueprints. So if you do scan stuff, you will never know what you're actually going to get. So you're probably going to have to swim around a lot before you actually get a sea moth or sea glide. But I think that's part of the charm, and it makes a lot of areas harder to access as well. Now I got lucky and got a pretty decent O2 tank right at the start, so that's going to make this area a bit easier. But yeah, remember, just go up to anything you can harvest and see what it drops. In this case, I'm going to see what I can get from this brain coral, which is gas pods, which is the thing these guys usually drop. And the eggs drop some random seeds. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of seeds, remember. And each time you go into a new biome with new fish, you want to pick those up too, because it could be something important. Now, my main goal right now is to get a scanner, so we can actually start scanning fragments and get some blueprints. But because everything is random, I might just get a scanner to drop, or I might have to craft something to get the scanner. You never know. Of course, this way, outcrops are probably going to be useless, but then again, a Seamoth solar charger might be really good, because if you can't recharge your energy or craft new ones, you're probably screwed with a Seamoth and would have to craft a new one every single time. So yeah, we just got a Cyclops Death module from a random outcrop. This can be pretty insane. We also got this, and I have absolutely no idea what I do with that. Now, like I said, it's going to take some getting used to this way of playing Subnautica, but I think it's incredibly fun, and I really encourage you guys to try it out. It is way more fun than I thought it was going to be, and I'm super happy with this mod. And also, at this point, of course, huge shout out to the mod's creator. Ow, that hurt! Oh, that's why. Yeah, you're gonna have to harvest these two. They could be very important, so that's always fun. So, at this point, huge shout out to the mod's creator, Megalomaniac. They did an amazing job. And yeah, we got the radiation helmet from that. Now we only need the suit and we can actually go explore the Aurora, which is something I don't think I've ever been able to do in the tests before. So that's obviously also a huge thing. And like I said, the early game is mostly just trying to get as many random rolls as you can from as many different sources as you can. So exploring and picking up basically everything is very important. For example, I don't think I've sliced these things yet, have I? Oh no, I have. They were the camera drones, right. I really hope crash fish nests aren't gonna have something super important. Let's see, what is sulfur? Sulfur is just another egg. Okay, thank God. Because I really don't want to have to farm stuff from these nests. Now, like I said, you will get the cooked versions of food if you cook them. Those are the only things that are not randomized in this mod. Just ensure you're not gonna straight up die, because that would be boring. But let's see what health kits are. Huh! Apparently that's also not randomized. I didn't know that. Something you can do, though, is grab your flares and throw them out and see what they turn into when you pick them back up. That's actually going to be really useful because I think I've run out of basically everything to test in the safe shallows. So let's see what flares actually end up being. Deep shrooms, spores. Okay, that's not nice. I was hoping we were going to get actually mushrooms because they are pretty important for crafting as well. But guess we're out of luck here. So I can craft aerogel, apparently, from random drops I've gotten. So let's see what aerogel actually turns into. Maybe it's something useful. It's chips. Those are some expensive chips. Maybe lubricant is going to be better. Copper wire, that might be useful. Who knows? And silicone rubber, maybe? You have no idea how much I hate these. These are just cosmetic flasks, and they're useless. And now that we're out of stuff to craft, I guess we'll have to go back outside and see what we can do with random drops. Let's see what we get from stalker eggs. Some more spores. Yay. Something I actually haven't tested yet is if the fish that spawn in your alien containment, if you have 2 or more of the same fish variant, actually drop the same stuff. Because that way, if a fish drops something useful, and you get that fish from somewhere else, you could set up an entire item farm in your base, basically. Which also sounds pretty interesting. Man, I really need a scanner. Oh, okay, I just got a computer chip from a random creature egg, which is going to be very interesting. Because that means we probably have a very limited number of computer chips in this save. Which is not great. Okay, so that gives us swim charge fins. So yeah, we're probably not going to need these anymore. But swim charge fins are obviously... I can talk. Swim charge fins are... But swim charge fins are obviously going to be useful as well to charge our tools if we can't make batteries. Let's see what lithium gives us. Magnetite. Alright, still hoping for something we can use to craft other stuff. Because that's kind of the most important thing right now. We need to get access to crafting recipes so we can start randomizing stuff. if you get lucky and get lots of things you can use to craft in the safe shallows, that's probably going to be your best bet at beating this. By the way, yes, this is an official challenge. I challenge every single one of you to go and launch the rocket with this mod installed. It's going to be very difficult, I assume. And I'm going to be trying to do the same thing on stream. So, if you do manage to do it, let me know either in the comments or in my Discord server. I would be very interested, and I think I'm going to die. Whoops. You could, of course, make this mod even more crazy by installing some of the other randomizer mods, such as random creature sizes or random recipes, which means not only are all drops randomized, all recipe outcomes, but also the crafting recipes themselves. So, I think that would be the ultimate randomizer experience for Subnautica, but I'm pretty sure some of those mods are not 2.0 compatible yet. Hey, we found lubricant. Alright. For the purposes of the showcase, I cheated a bit and gave myself a scanner. But that way, I can actually show off how scanning works now. If we do actually get anything to scan. So scanning anything normal like metal salvages or fish is going to give you the correct databank entry. But if you scan anything that has to do with a blueprint, such as a seamoth fragment, you'll get something completely different. However, you won't know what it is because it'll tell you, hey, 3 seamoth fragments remaining. So you will only know what you're getting after we scanned all the requirements. So if we can get 2 more seamoth fragments, we'll know what we actually get afterwards. But of course, the random fragments in Rex, for example, over here are also randomized. So scanning, okay, well, I already have that fragment apparently because I got titanium for it. That's probably the most reliable way to get titanium, actually, just scanning fragments you already have. The supply crates are also random, even though it says disinfected water, you'll actually get silver ore, for example, in this case. And that's how all fragments work. So the scanner room fragment might, for example, give me a completely different blueprint, or it'll tell me I need to scan more. Nope, in this case, I actually got the scanner room. I think that is just completely unlikely, but we actually got the same blueprint for the fragment. Now, I'm starting to be in areas that I should really have a seamoth to go to, but that's the beauty or horror of this mod. You are kind of forced to explore without any vehicles because there's just no way of you getting those vehicles if you don't get the resources first, which might be down there. So yeah, that's always fun. Let's see if I survive. I definitely will die to oxygen here, but I want to know what I'll get from blood kelp, the blood sacks that's grown these vines, because they might be important. Who knows? But yeah, I'm most definitely going to die. I also want to know what I get from deep shroom. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not swimming up 200 meters in like what I'll have later in like 60 seconds. Deep shrooms give me a beacon, okay, and I get titanium ingots from the blood. Okay, that is interesting. And while we're here, I'll also see what I get from you. Gabe's feather gives me a flashlight. That's gonna be useful. So, something I figured out during my testing is, if you get a tool with a battery, you can actually take out the battery and get whatever batteries drop in your save. In my save, it's Cyclops docking bay repair modules, which is questionable because that's kind of useless. But you might get something very useful from batteries, so that might be a way to kind of farm materials. Just farm whatever gives you the tool, unequip the battery, and you get something random. Something else I figured out during testing is that whatever drops purple tablets is going to be very important if you want to complete the story, which you have to for this challenge, because you're not going to get in there without crafting purple tablets. So getting them is going to be very important. And if you're just thinking about picking up the purple tablets that lie around the world, because yes, there are actually tablets that just lie around, in case you didn't know that. There's one right up here. Yeah, they're also randomized, so purple tablets give me nickel ore. Very useful. We do have the recipe for purple tablets now, so we can technically craft nickel ore, but we still need to figure out how to get purple tablets. Let's see what we get from lithium. Oh right, magnetite, we established that one. Okay. And diamonds? Be something good? A natural selection 2 poster. Yeah, no. Now, I know this is probably an awful idea, but I really would like to know what I get from jelly shrooms. So, I'm just gonna hope there's no crab snakes in here. Oh, now there's one. But I should be able to... Oh my god. We get iron power cells from jelly shrooms. Okay, if I actually wanted to complete the challenge in this save, I would be here constantly. That would be such a great source of energy. Ooh, there we go. We got a crab snake egg. Please be something good. Yeah, you're gonna hate seeds with this mod. Ooh, right. I completely forgot about these, like, Altera caches. Let's see what we get from this data box. There's no data box. Okay, sad. But yeah, data boxes would also be randomized if you were to get them. I do wonder what I get from this floodlight, though. Now, for testing purposes, again, I've given myself the builder tool because I actually have never tested if base building is random. It would be so funny if I just got a completely different base piece, but also kind of annoying. Let's see. No, that actually does... Yeah, okay. So base building at least is not randomized, so there's that. You can safely be assured that you can build a base if you manage to get the materials for it, which is not easy, trust me. But hey, there we go, we've got our own base. Then again, remember you can always just turn off or turn on easy mode in case you're stuck, and then when you drop stuff, which I need to do out here, you can keep indefinitely re-rolling the random drops and basically unstuck yourself. I just got the orange tablet from a random cap. So yeah, it definitely is very useful in case you think you're stuck. But it also feels kind of like cheating, but hey. Hey, there we go. Apparently the builder tool drops the purple tablet. So we figured that one out. Of course, you might also get stuck in a loop with these where one thing drops another thing that was dropped by the first thing. But... Hi, Emperor. But you can do this with basically all items, so this should essentially prevent you from getting stuck. Hey, we got a sea glide. Woo! Yeah, easy mode is definitely going to be useful, but also feels like cheating. But yeah, that's the Subnautica randomized drops mod. I really hope you guys are going to have fun with this. I hope some of you will stop by the stream, which, like I said, is going to be live right now. Go check it out, and let me know what you think of the mod. Link is in the description. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to leave a like and comment. That's the only way the algorithm will notice me. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!